Creepiest Halloween I've ever had. I have worked for Six Flags, an amusement park created by Warner Brothers, all over the US, since 2012, during Fright Fest where we dress as monsters. Six Flags is the thrill and ride capital of the world. 2012 is also the year of the creation of Demon's Door, my permanent placement. I became a poster monster, someone that dedicates their life to the character. We've had them since the start of Fright Fest. There are very few that stay due to the pressure of being public figure. I was labeled a poster monster the first weeks in of my job, which was amazing because I was able to grow up and adapt since I was 16 at the time. Fast forward to this year, 2021. Fright Fest is back with new locations, new makeups, new props, new costumes, except me of course. It's also the week where the city eased up on restrictions, and SF decided since they were closed too long they'd make entrance cheap, $20, and sell alcohol in savings bundles. See where I'm getting at? People want to have fun and relax after almost 2 years of COVID and constant mandates and restrictions, but sometimes you get the encounter that has me wanting to portray the demon I act. I wanted to start gopher stomping these people, this single group of 5, 3 girls 2 guys, drunk, and unfortunately barely 21 and knew me. You see, when you have posters of your face everywhere for 9 years you get followers. Some very cool ones and then these people. So let's start off with one girl thought it would be appropriate to sneak kiss me while posing for their group photo, with my wife being the photographer. Immediately after I recoil she grabs my butt and jewels and begins humping me. Whoa, what the hell are you doing? The other 2 girls began either dancing or grinding on me. The 2 guys on the outside were basically sandwiching them closer to me. My wife yells out the code 32 and tries to help pull me from this absolute weirdness. Then it got really fucking weird. They started licking and biting at my ears while trying to reach down my pants. That's when adrenaline kicked. I shook myself and yelled stop so loud it made the music that blares sound like a whisper. I shoved them away and security was able to grab them. My wife and I went back to the break room to talk to the security lead and get a report. Then went to the makeup room to get the makeup fixed. If you feel like you need to let loose, go ahead, but just do it responsibly. Halloween home intruder. This is actually a true story, it just happened, and I am typing this out because I need to process how insane it was. Names changed. We had a Halloween party this year. It ran pretty late and the last few people were leaving around 3 a.m. I was chilling out front, and a dude no one knew was sweeping up the cans and cigarettes everyone left outside. We live in the city so this isn't uncommon. He wasn't homeless, but he was clearly down on his luck and looking for tips. I didn't have any cash, but my roommate Mike ran inside to grab change for him. It ended up only being literal change, but I hung out and offered him a cigarette and chatted with him. He told me he was pretty much on his last chance. It's hard to get a job on parole, he's just doing whatever he can. He told me that not long ago, someone working at a pizza shop said he could sweep their sidewalk, and all they gave him was a quarter and a soda for his efforts. A quarter and a soda. Everyone else was gone, just me and sidewalk dude, so I go up to bed. I'm still pretty hyped from the party, so I'm just laying in bed on my phone for a while. About 30 minutes later, I hear a voice, inside my house, downstairs, Mike, you got the soda? I went downstairs immediately and saw that the door from our kitchen to our mud room was closed. There is a door from the mud room to outside. No one ever closes the mud room door, it is never closed. I went upstairs to get backup, walked to the mud room door, and said I was gonna open it and that they can just leave. Eventually I got the courage up to open it, and no one was there, but the door to outside was wide open, closed, locked. Went to the front door, made sure it was locked. When I jiggled the doorknob, I heard sidewalk guy say, still here, just sitting outside. I don't know what would have happened had I not heard him, but the reason this freaked me out so bad was that he said, Mike, you got the soda, after telling me a story about a shitty person asking him to sweep and giving him a quarter and a soda, when Mike had just given him change. Also because he was in my house. Creepy neighbor on Halloween. I just feel very uncomfortable after. I, 20F, live with 2 other women but our BFS stay over frequently. I was outside with my parents and boyfriend handing out candy to some trick-or-treaters when I see my neighbor come outside. When we moved in, we quickly met the surrounding neighbors, and these two lived directly across the street. Turns out the guy was an addict and the wife had a medical condition, so she stayed inside a lot. The husband approached me and my family and was generally pleasant to talk to before it turned incredibly uncomfortable. After about 30 minutes of speaking, he would not leave. He began to accuse me and my roommates of throwing out garbage in his can. He then went into detail about how he had it on camera and there was a pair of underwear in the garbage bag. He described the person on these cameras as short and stout. I am 5 feet 10 inches, and you'll see why I'm saying this. He continues to go on about how his wife is mad at him because one of us did it, but he isn't mad and isn't trying to get us in trouble. After about 15 minutes of this, his wife sends him a photo of my Facebook profile and says that this person's name was on the papers in the garbage. At this point my parents went in and my boyfriend and I are alone with this man, and he's saying that I must have done it and kept asking why I put these underwear on top, but my roommates and I have never thrown anything in his trash. I found their Facebooks and blocked them. It creeped me out, and he said his wife tried to call the police about it. My parents just brushed it off, but I still feel uneasy. What do you guys make of this? Sorry for any grammar mistakes and lack of capitalization. Edit. I feel like I've left a few things out because I wrote this very late last night. That being said, he also said my ex-roommate used to flirt with him while she would cut our grass. He also came to our door once and asked for an Amanda, my last name, but neither my cousin or myself are named Amanda. He never said why he was at the door, and after we told him no, he just kinda talked for a minute and left, and we never heard anything since. He specifically waited to accuse me of these things last night until my parents went inside the house. He also mentioned having lots of guns and exclusively said not to piss off his wife before the accusations.